Are you tossing and turning at night due to a pinched nerve in your neck? Get ready for a great night's sleep with the expert tips in this video. In this video, I'll be sharing 3 practical and effective strategies to help you sleep comfortably despite a pinched nerve in the neck. I'll also go over why a pinched nerve can cause sleep disturbances and the importance of a proper sleep posture. Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Bridge, a chiropractor in Helena, Montana. This channel is dedicated to help you maintain a healthy spine and live a pain-free life. If you're dealing with a pinched nerve in your neck, you know how difficult it can be to get a good night's sleep. Your neck hurts, your shoulder hurts, there's pain, numbness, tingling coming down into your arm. Very hard to get comfortable. And the big problem with that is when we're sleeping at night, that's really when our body's able to rest and to restore and to heal some of these injuries. So if you're not sleeping, it makes it a lot harder to heal this. And if it's not healing it, then you're gonna keep sleeping poorly. So it can be a vicious cycle. The first strategy that we're going to address is position of where you're sleeping, how you're sleeping. People either sleep typically on their stomach, or on their side, or on their back. Right off the bat, let's just get rid of sleeping on your stomach. When you are lying down, when you're sleeping for the night, you want your spine to be nice and straight. You want everything to be in alignment. When you're sleeping on your stomach, you've got your head cranked to one side or the other, you got your arms up, your shoulders up. And what that does is that twists the bones in your neck, the vertebrae in your neck. It stretches out ligaments and it's holding them for a long time, 8 hours potentially. And it can really cram on those nerves as well. So if you can avoid sleeping on your stomach, if you can possibly get comfortable sleeping on your back or your side, that's definitely the way to go. Now, if you're sleeping on your side, you want your spine to be straight from your low back all the way up to the top of your neck. So ideally, just like this. Next, I'm going to show you different ways to do that with pillows. And then the last option that I mentioned is sleeping on your back. If you're sleeping on your back, you don't want your head to be, you don't want a pillow that's too thick or too tall that's going to crank your head up like that. And same thing, you don't want to be, twisting too far off to one side versus the other. So if you're looking for a good position for sleeping, sleep on your side, sleep on your back. If you're going to sleep on your side, you're going to want to sleep on the side that isn't bothering you. So for example, if I'm having a pinched nerve in the left and I'm having those symptoms coming down into that left arm, typically if I lay on that side, it's not going to be good. It's going to stretch that nerve out, it's going to aggravate the nerve. Typically you're going to be a lot more comfortable sleeping on the other side where you don't have the pinched nerve. Second strategy we're going to go over is picking the right pillow and using it in the right situation. So we're going to start off, if you're a side sleeper like myself, this is the pillow that we sell in our office. It's a shredded memory foam pillow. The reason I like this is because you can fluff it up, and when you're sleeping on your side, it's going to fill this gap in, and you can still get your neck into that neutral position that I showed you with the model skeleton. I'm going to demonstrate. So I fluff the pillow up, I get it in the crook of my neck, and I get it to a spot to where my head is straight. I can't see my head here, but straight all the way down. If the pillow's too flat, your head's going to sink in, and if it's too tall, you're going to be cranked up like this. Once again, stretching out ligaments, tendons on either side, and aggravating that pinched nerve. So get it into the crook of your neck, support that head. The reason I like these pillows, they're called Coop Home Good pillows, is they have a zipper on the pillow, and you can open it up, and you can look at the stuffing, and you can take stuffing out or you can put stuffing in depending on how thick you want it, because everybody has different preferences. They even have a bag to store that, so if you need to change the thickness of the pillow, you can. So that's when you're sleeping on your side. The side that is our good side, quote unquote good side. The other thing is you want to do something to support this arm, this painful arm. If it's just hanging by your side, it can aggravate the nerve, it can make that worse. So you just want to get a pillow and just get comfortable with it. You're going to have to move it around, but once you get that, you've got that support for that arm, and ideally it's going to stay like that all night. Option 2, since we've already eliminated sleeping on your stomach, is sleeping on your back. If you're sleeping on your back, you're going to want to pick out a thinner pillow. If you're going to use a pillow like this, I would recommend just really taking out a lot of the filling so that it's flatter. What happens too often is people use 1 or 2 pillows that are too thick, and you're trying to lay down on your back and your head's cranked forward like this. You're going to wake up sore. It's going to aggravate that nerve. So you want it nice and flat, but you still want to have something to support the curve in your neck. Like I said, from the front, you want your spine to be nice and straight. From the side, you want to have a good curve in your low back and a curve in your neck. We call that the lordosis. You want to maintain that when you're sleeping on your back. So the way we do that is, once again, a nice thin pillow so it's not cranking your head up. But then we want to support that. So what you can really do is you can get a towel and you roll it up. Depending on how much support you need, you can roll the towel up halfway. If you want a little bit more, you roll it all the way up. Really, you're just going to base it off how comfortable it is for you. You want to be very comfortable. You want to wake up comfortable. But what that's going to do is, when you're laying on your back, that's going to help to support that curve in your neck. And I'm going to demonstrate what that looks like for me. So let's say I've got a thin pillow. I'm just going to set this right here. So that's supporting my neck. This is very comfortable for me. Some people will even put it inside their pillowcase just to prevent it from moving around. And then same thing if you're sleeping on your back, get the pillow, find a place to support your arm so that it's nice and comfortable during the whole night of sleep. The third strategy we're going to discuss is more broad in general, but equally as important, and that is getting tired, getting relaxed, getting yourself ready for bed. Too many times we go straight from the TV, straight to bed, our heart rate's still going, we've got things on our mind, we're not relaxed. It's hard to get to that point to where you're ready for bed. If you're not tired and your arm's bothering you, it just makes it that much harder to sleep. So some general tips that I really like is, if you're gonna have caffeine, drink it or consume it 8 to 10 hours before you plan on going to bed. So if you're going to bed at 10, sometime between noon and 2. Avoid blue light for that last hour before you're going to bed. Sometimes a phone will have that feature where you can turn that off. It's maybe even better to just go without screens for that last hour anyways. And then do whatever you can find to help calm yourself down. For me, I really like a hot bath before I go to bed. There's some studies that show that after you get out, your body heat is risen from the temperature of the bathtub, and then it comes down, and that's really telling your brain and your body it's time for bed. So heat can be great for that. Breathing techniques are fantastic. With the physiological sigh, what you're going to do is you're going to take 2 breaths in through the nose and then breathe all the way out through your mouth. So it's going to look like this. I like to go long and slow on that exhale, and then breathe in through the nose, breathe in again to fill up your lungs, and then a nice slow exhale. If you set a timer on your phone, you do that for 5 minutes, that's really going to start bringing your body into that comfortable, relaxed state. Those different things that you can do to get yourself tired, to get yourself relaxed and comfortable at night, that is going to make it easier to sleep with that pinched nerve in the neck. Especially when you combine that with those strategies that we've already discussed, as far as getting your head, your neck, and that arm comfortable, you're going to increase your likelihood of a good night's sleep by a lot. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave those in the comments. I'll be sure to answer those. Let me know, if you use these techniques, which did you prefer, the pillow selection or the relaxation techniques? Be sure to like our videos, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any tips and strategies to maintain a healthy spine and live a pain-free life.